Hey, we're back at the top again today on the road to Pokemon Sun and Moon. This is still week 18 and your favorite series is back again. Yes, we're back as we once again pick a type and try to improve on it. This time, it's my favorite type, the fighting type. Hey, I don't need no top 10 to let you guys know that. Regardless, how could GameFreak improve on this type in Generation 7? Let me know how you think they should improve or change this type in the comments section below. But with that, here are 10 things that they could add. We're kicking things off with the obvious facts. The fighting type is well known for its physical presence. You heard me, physical. It's severely lacking in special attackers. You've got what? Lucario? Infernape? Even then, Infernape's special attack is 104, and the only special attacks it gets are Vacuum Wave and Focus Blast. Not strong enough and too inaccurate. When people see fighting types, they get their physical walls on standby. We really need a lot more special attacking Pokemon to keep people on their toes. I've heard so many people say the fighting type is broken. 5 types that it's super effective against? That's so broken. I mean, it got a nerf in Generation 6 with a new addition to the Fairy type. Problem is that the type system is actually more gracious to the ground type than the fighting type. The ground type hits 5 types for super effective damage, while it's weak to 3 types as well, like the fighting type. However, it does have an immunity to electric, something that fighting does not have. This isn't really an improvement for the next generation per se, but not changing its type weaknesses and resistances is sort of an improvement. I guess? I just mentioned it before. With special attackers, in this case, it affects the moves as well. We only have Aura Sphere, Focus Blast, Vacuum Wave, Final Gambit, and Secret Sword as special attacks. Aura Sphere isn't very common, neither is Vacuum Wave. Secret Sword is Keldeo signature move, Final Gambit is suicidal, and Focus Blast is inaccurate. Yes, I am aware that this is the type of physicality, but there are ways to attack on the special side than tossing a ball at somebody. Ball of energy, I should say. People actually get paid for that. People aren't paying for it enough on the battlefield, though. Another thing that's common with a fighting type is that there's more slow, bulky attackers than fast, speedy attackers. Think of Weavile, but fighting type. No, I don't mean a Weavile using a fighting type move. Yes, Mienshao and Hawlucha are fast, though Mienshao doesn't really hit stupidly hard. Okay, 125 attack is pretty strong, but it's not quite enough it seems, as it's still sitting in the UU tier. Hawlucha's stuck dodging ice and electricity, so you can see the issues with those two. I know that there are ways to make them work in the top tier, but I'm looking for a Weavile-esque fighting type. I seem to like referencing Weavile in these type 10s. You see what I did there? Type 10s? Oh, okay. That was bad. I'll leave now. Hey guys, I'm back! It seems that the top 10 animation just sends me back here in this chair. Anyway, we talked about the special moves being pretty much non-existent, but status moves are much worse with only 4 in existence. Bulk Up, Detect, Map Block, and Quick Guard are those moves, with 75% of them blocking attacks. That's a little ridiculous. There are other non-attacking ways fighters use to gain an advantage. Blocking attacks isn't the only trick up their sleeve. I'll get a good status attack made once I get to that section, because I know for a fact fighting types can get innovative enough to do more than just block attacks. And go to the gym. Speaking of defending attacks, why is it that the type of physical attackers and attacks can't defend physical attacks themselves? Look at this. Outside of Chestnut and Scrafty, there's no one above 100 base defense, not including legendaries or megas. Sorry, Mewtwo. You too, Mega Heracross. Ain't no one that's gonna use you defensively. Anyway, it's such a surprise seeing that the special defense of fighting type is actually higher than the physical defense. For someone that attacks directly, they sure can't take a punch. One of the biggest aspects of battling is speed, but we've already gone over that, leaving one thing yet to talk about. Priority! The fighting type is the only type who carry a special and physical priority move, yet not many Pokemon can get these moves. Vacuum Wave is decent with 17 fully evolved Pokemon getting it, but Vacuum Wave on most of these Pokemon is useless since they all have pitiful special attack. Mach Punch is even worse since it is only known by 8 fully evolved Pokemon. Priority is a priority on the battlefield. Pun intended. But when both of these attacks suffer from bad spread between Pokemon, you know you have a problem. You know what time it is. It's time for the speculation part of this video. This is where we go over the possible type combination moves and Pokemon that could help out each type. First up, as always, is the type combinations that have yet to be made. You'll see it on screen, but the types that have yet to be paired with a fighting type are Electric, Rock, Ground, Ghost, Ice, Dragon, and Fairy. A lot of these are very interesting. Fighting Dragon would be amazing since those are two very offensive types. Fighting Fairy would be great because it's near opposites. Do you know how elegant and speedy that would look? That, and we missed a great Mega in Fighting Fairy Mega Glade with Pixelate. If only. If only. The other one is Fighting Electric. I'm not talking about Machu or Drayano's ROM hacks where he switches Electivire's type to Electric Fighting, but it would give more of a reliance on special attacks. But perhaps not. I mean, you know how GameFreak does it. They'll probably make it physical. You know the drill, one of each special attack, physical attack, and status move. The physical attack is my go-to fake move when I suggest things. The name is Meteor Kick, and it is a 140 base power attack with a chance to burn the foe. With that type of power, clearly we'll have to stick low accuracy and 5 power points on it. Meanwhile, for the special attack, we have Streak Punch. The name is strange, but it was based off of the slipstream effect from Mario Kart. Basically, your fist moves so fast that it creates a wave of energy toward the opponent. 60 base power with a chance to boost speed are the secondary effects. The last one is really broken. Its name is Battle Champ, and it boosts attack by 2 stages and speed by 1. It's a more powerful Dragon Dance, and everybody completely shunned it when I suggested it somewhere else. But nobody gives Shift Gear flack for its boosts. It's basically the opposite of Battle Champ, with speed being boosted by 2 and attack by 1. So when people say that it's overpowered, it really grinds my gears. Pun intended again. Should I leave again? No? Okay. I still have more of this to read anyway. I mean, all you need to do to nerf it is that it shouldn't be learned by that many Pokemon. I mentioned this in the unused type combinations that I want to see. Fighting and Dragon and Fighting and Fairy get introduced in Sun and Moon. So we'll start with that. Fighting and Dragon would be very offensive Pokemon. Issue is that it gets destroyed by Fairy types. It has no fun with Psychic, Flying, or Ice types. Dragon types as well. This is a design by Justin Stockert that gives it a reptilian fighting feel. With this design, I'd imagine it would have very high attack and adequate HP, defense, special defense, and speed. This Pokemon could probably hold its own in the UU and maybe even the OU tier. If it got Dragon Dance, it would be GG, no joke! It would also probably get Outrage, Close Combat, and the Elemental Punches at its disposal. The Fairy fighting type is always a solid idea. This design by Alunea shows how elegant but deadly this Pokemon could be. Looking at this Pokemon, I feel like it could pull off the mixed attacker with pretty even offensive stats while keeping a modest amount in its defenses. It looks like it could run with a lot of speed as well. Pun intended. This Pokemon would probably land in the UU tier and maybe OU with moves such as Play Rough, Close Combat, and High Jump Kick in its repertoire. And the last Pokemon I have for you today is not actually Fighting Electric. I don't map out these things using the unused type combos section. Where would the speculation fun be if I did that? It's actually Fighting Flying. And I know we just got Hawlucha, but the moment I laid eyes on this Pokemon, I knew it had to be here. I'm talking about this design by Dark Sylvania. I guess I have a things for menacing birds. I wonder why. Anyways, with this beast, we easily see its highest attacks in speed and attack. With that much power, we easily see it in OU. I mean, Talonflame and Staraptor are just chilling there. Why not this monster? Need I say more? What about using moves such as Brave Bird, Cross Chop, and the aforementioned Meteor Kick? Oh, Meteor Kick. How I wish you were real. And with that, we continue to travel on the road to Pokemon Sun and Moon. What changes and improvements to the fighting type do you think they should make in Pokemon Sun and Moon? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like down below. And if you want to catch the next type I cover on this long road, subscribe to be notified when it drops. Until then, I will catch you back at the next stop on the road to Pokemon Sun and Moon later on, because that is how you do what? That is going to guillotine, and he hits it! Why? What? What in the world? What? I just took one step, come on! There you are! I'm such a fast person that I gotta speak fast.